Okay, so welcome to NOS 230. Want to make sure that all students are successful in the course, so I'm
Okay, so
making
this
a
is
set
the
of
second
videos
part of
starting from the very beginning
your lesson,
of the
your
semester
exercise 3.
to show
I
you
accidentally
visually
turned
exactly
off the
what you
recording.
should be doing,
We'll go
how
ahead
to
and click
find it, that
finish.
sort of thing.
And we are
I'm
now
currently
looking
logged into
down
MyCFCC.
to
I'm going to locate
looks
my
like
course in
step
Blackboard,
number
so I'll click on the Blackboard link.
14. So we should
When this
browse
comes
and
up,
navigate
you're
to the
going to
sources
locate
directory.
your
Oh, no, we
course.
did that already.
Your Blackboard screen will look a little different than mine.
So
I
when
have
the
lots
images
of
have been
courses where
transferred
you
to the server,
probably
which
don't
they
have
have,
quite
click
as
Finish.
many.
Number 17. Number 18. In the Windows Deployment
When your
Services
course comes
console, right-click
Your
the
announcements
Multicast
page
Transmissions
is the
Node and
first
create a
page you'll
multicast.
see. So let's start expanding. As I post additional announcements, they're layered
Right-click,
on
create
top
multicast.
of the previous
And
announcement.
the name that we're giving
You'll want
this
to
is
check this
Test
frequently because I do put important information
Alpha
here.
SB.
Since we meet only one time per week,
Next.
I don't have an opportunity to communicate all of these items to you regularly.
Next.
So I communicate them to
Schedule
you
cast.
using the announcements. You should be receiving an email
And select
every
the
time I post an
automatically.
announcement. If you click on the syllabus and assignment schedule link, you're going to find your syllabus and assignment schedule and our revised assignment schedule now with due
Start with
dates.
the number of comments.
I've applied the due dates
10.
because I am very fearful that I will have
Next.
students who do not complete
finish.
all of the work
So
in a
that
timely manner.
is step number 22.
It will
Looks
not
like
lead
that
to
is the end
best
of
learning experience for
exercise
those
3.
students, and it will also be very unpleasant for me to have to grade a large number of labs toward the end of the semester. I spend 20 to 30 minutes per lab assignment per student reviewing each of the exercises performed by the students to ensure that the tasks have been completed correctly and that there is optimal learning occurring. You'll notice that we started on January 7th and we're now on January 29th. We should be working on Chapter 2 at this point. I allowed a little extra time at the beginning of the semester to build your machines. The main reason we've had so much time is because of the holiday on the 21st. That was a one-day holiday. I did not ever intend for students to take the entire week off from their work. And as we've discussed in the classroom, you are in the classroom for 2 hours each week. It's a 4 contact hour class, which means you should be working no less than 8 hours outside of the classroom, plus the other 2 hours that we meet online. So you should be working 8 to 10 hours each week outside of the classroom. If you are not working that amount of time on this course, I would not expect you to be terribly successful. This is like your job. Many of you have jobs, but you're going to need to find time to work on this course. I'm in the lab many hours per week. I asked students earlier this week if they would please send me an email and let me know what times would be convenient for them to meet in the lab. I have not received one email from one student, so I can only assume that the times that I have assigned for Open Lab are adequate. So you'll want to notice we'll be working through April 22nd. That week it begins April 22nd, working on Chapter 13. There's a fair amount of work to complete, so I strongly encourage each student to get on task if you're not on task already. If we come back to Blackboard, you're going to find a link for lectures and tutorials. These are not grouped by chapter in the book, but if you are working on installing Active Directory, which you do in Chapter 1, you'll know that what is Active Directory? Active Directory Concepts Training by Manage Engine AD Manager Plus. That is probably something you might want to watch when you're reading Chapter 1. You can scroll through There are lots and lots of training videos. There's no reason for a student not to grasp the concepts in this course. There's an entire training series available on Windows Server 2008. If you are confused about the whole server-client concept, I highly recommend that you watch these videos. If you come to the labs link, you're going to find the first document for record keeping. This is a document where you can keep track of all of your users, your machine names, their IP addresses, user accounts on particular machines, passwords, DNS names, etc. You will become confused if you don't have some way to keep track. This is information about your labs and quizzes. If you would please read that so that you know what I'm expecting this semester, I would appreciate that. Under your Lab 1 submission link, you'll notice that I have a grading rubric, a checklist, your Lab 1 document, and an appendix document. Let's look at the appendix document first. Although the appendix isn't officially a chapter in the book, there's some very good information there. It gives you all the information you need as far as the configuration of the machines. I've had students ask me, now how many machines are we building? How do I know what I'm building? What do I name my machine? Well, here's this lab document, and it says pretty clear here, these are the virtual machines you're going to be building. You notice right away that one of your exercises for Chapter 1 asks you to build an additional machine. That's a simple exercise for that chapter. You probably will not be using that machine a lot. I do indicate a naming convention. A few students have followed the naming convention. Some just apparently decided not to. It just indicates to me you're either not reading or not paying attention, or you simply don't care. Use the passwords as indicated. If you choose to use other passwords or no passwords, you're going to be responsible for recovering and repairing your machines. I don't think it's fair to the other students in the class that I spend a great deal of time helping students who do not follow directions. When there is a student who is following directions and needs my help, I think it's only fair that I work with that student. If you will please read through this document, it's going to give you a lot of information that is going to help you complete the labs more easily with a lot less frustration.